Hello and welcome. I am Boetic, and we are in my survival world right now. We have been extra busy over the last few days. After building up the Dark Oak farm that we did in the last episode, I decided that we really needed a good way to get a bunch of bone meal. And I didn't want to build the normal bone meal using moss and all of that. So what I decided was we did a really cool live stream where we went and got a bunch of wither skeleton heads. Why don't we turn that into a wither farm and use that to get the bones? Because it works great. We can get wither heads that way. We can get enough to have beacons all over the castle and all of that. So I think it's going to work out really, really well. So that's what I decided to do. And what's the first step in any good wither skeleton farm? That's right. We're adding buttons. We're adding buttons on every block in the fortress. We add buttons to where we're going to put the farm. We add buttons until wither skeletons start chasing us. And as we start putting down more buttons, we start having to run into more and more of the Nether Fortress mobs. So it gets a little harder as you go. Then something interesting starts to happen. You start to get fewer mobs spawning. You start to find little pockets where you're really not getting anything spawning anymore. And you're starting to see what this farm can actually be. Now that we've got the entire fortress buttoned, it's time to start on the platform. Now that the platform's done, you gotta build the drop chute for all the wither skeletons to go down. So, there you have it. I've got a done wither skeleton farm. It works. We're getting wither skeletons. But we're actually not. The rates weren't very good. I was only getting a wither skeleton every, 15, 20 seconds. And I'd have to fly away and fly back, and then they'd all come again. And I was getting a lot of blazes in there too, and I was getting some piglins in there too, and just all kinds of things that I didn't necessarily want. So we needed to upgrade. And the upgrade meant building another farm. And for this farm, we were going to need to get wither roses. And wither roses are something that I have always dreaded getting because it meant locking a wither into a block somewhere and then putting chickens or endermen by him and all of that. Well, there's a better way. And it just involves the end and some snow golems. After cycling through hundreds of snow golems and picking up all the wither roses, it was time for a farm upgrade. We have done a lot to this farm. Let's take a look. I'm going to jump in here, and we had to take all of the nether brick out and replace it with netherrack because you can't put wither roses on nether brick. So we covered everything with netherrack with the exception of the blocks below the walls. Those walls are keeping out the magma cubes. And we also updated the entrance, where the drop chute used to be. We put in a portal, and I'll show you why. If we drop down here, you'll see we have this area closed up now. And if we go into free cam here, and I'll just go up into the farm here, hopefully we'll be able to see we're doing everything the exact same, except for instead of going in the drop chute here, I filled that area in, and the wither skeletons go directly into the portal. And if we quickly go up to the top of the nether here, we'll be able to go up here, and you'll see exactly why we're doing it that way. So, this is the portal that the wither skeletons come back from the overworld in. And they will just fall right down here, and I can go ahead and take care of them. This portal is for me, and it's far enough away from that one, exactly far enough away from that one, so that I can go through this one safely and end up in the overworld. And you can see right up there, that is where the wither skeletons are going. Let me grab a couple more rockets here, and we'll go up and take a look at that. So the wither skeletons come up and they end up on this platform here. And the reason why that happens is they come through this nether portal. It is one block lower than this nether portal. So when they go through that nether portal in the nether, this is the one that it connects to. They then get pushed all the way across, up that half a block up there, and then go through this nether portal. This portal connects with the one on top. So there's a catch to this farm, right? If somebody is in the overworld, they're going to despawn here. So this farm only works well in a multiplayer server or an SMP if you have somebody standing around here close enough to keep those guys from despawning. But if we go back and we give it just a second here, it's going to take probably, it takes about 2 or 3 minutes for that bridge up there to fill up. But we'll jump over here. I'll go ahead and get into free cam so we can see all of the wither skeletons spawning here. And you'll see them just run straight into the nether portal. There are a couple of sections here where the the wither skeletons can't see the iron golem there right in line with the obsidian pillars of the portal. That's fine. It's not causing that big of a deal with the rates of this farm. As you can see, there are a lot of wither skeletons spawning and then immediately heading into the portal. And they're filling up that bridge in the overworld that we just saw. They're slowly filling that up. It takes about 2-3 minutes, and then they will eventually drop in here. All right, we're starting to get some wither skeletons coming through here, and they're just going to push each other out of the portal up there and start landing. It's going to probably start off kind of slow at first, but it's going to slowly pick up speed here, and we're going to have quite a few wither skeletons in here. I'm going to let them keep coming down. Around here, we're using the same dropper system that we used on the Guardian farm. So the big difference here, we have 2 droppers instead of just 1, but they're still dropping it into the same spider web or just web that is there for keeping things dropping straight down. And you can see Piston going right down there. Show you that here in just a second, but you can see we're starting to get quite a few in here. I'm going to go ahead and take care of these, and then we'll go down and take a look at the storage system here. Alright, good. That worked out well. I'm going to come over here. You'll see as items drop, they hit this string, which this observer is looking at, and it's controlling a piston right there. And that slime block is then hitting the item all the way over to here on an ice road. The items are running into a honey block, or a stack of honey blocks. There's 3 of them there. And those honey blocks are aligning them just a little bit further than a full block. So we can pick those up through these hoppers here. And this is another blue ice road here, and it hits those items all the way down. We've got wither skeleton skulls we're picking up. We're getting a bunch of coal. We're getting a bunch of bones. We're also getting a little bit of gold from the zombie piglins that come through every once in a while. There's one that comes through here. The other one I want to add, we do get a few blazes that come through here. Not very often, but no reason not to pick up the blaze rods. And this storage system that I have here is very similar to what I did for our main storage. We have a way to just come in and grab a stack if we want, just by reaching up here, or there's compressed storage down here. So if I needed to grab 3 stacks of bones, head off to the Dark Oak farm, we can do that. If I needed to grab these shulkers of coal and head to what might be a super smelter that we build in the future, something like that, we can do that from here. Same thing with our skeleton skulls. If we have any reason to ever have a shulker full of wither skeleton skulls, I don't think we'll ever get that many, but we do have quite a few. That's a full stack of beacons right there. So that is really neat. This is where we're going to end the episode, though. I really appreciate you watching. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to find out when the next episode comes out and be notified when that happens. Like I said, I really appreciate y'all watching, and have a great day.